Everyone feared the ravenous alien females tribe except this human. The world of Krillin V was a red desert speckled with black glass towers and bones of the past. Long ago, war had stripped it bare, leaving behind only whispers of ancient empires and one tribe that refused to vanish, the Ravara, a matriarchal race of alien females feared across 3 systems. They were tall, sleek, with skin like molten obsidian and eyes that glowed gold in the night. They hunted anything that crossed their sands, beast, ship, or man. And when the war ended, when trade routes reopened, every spacer and scavenger learned the same rule: never land near the Ravara territories. But one human didn't listen. His name was Jonas Hale, a wanderer, smuggler, and occasional dreamer. He had heard the stories of the tribe that devoured intruders alive, of queens with claws like razors and teeth like knives, but he didn't believe in ghosts, and he didn't run from legends. Besides, his ship was failing, his rations low, and the only water on Krillin V was guarded by the Ravara. He had no choice. The sands of no return. Jonas landed his rusted ship, the Sparrow, in a canyon carved by ancient winds. As soon as he stepped out, the air hit him like a furnace, dry and heavy with the scent of dust and death. He trudged toward the shimmering oasis in the distance, the last known water source marked on his scanner. But before he reached it, shadows surrounded him. From the dunes rose figures, 10, 20, then more. Alien women, clad in dark armor made of bone and glass, each carrying blades forged from star iron. One stepped forward, taller than the rest, with glowing amber eyes and hair like flowing onyx. Her presence made the others kneel. "You trespass, human," she said, her voice like velvet wrapped around steel. "The sands hunger. Should we feed them your flesh?" Jonas raised his hands slowly. "My ship's broken. I'm not here to fight. Just need water." Laughter rippled through the tribe. One hissed, "Water is life. Life is not given to prey." But the leader held up a hand. She studied Jonas for a long moment, her gaze sharp and curious. "No fear," she murmured. "You stand before death, yet your pulse is steady." "Fear never helped anyone survive," Jonas said. "I'd rather talk than die." The leader's lips curved into a faint smile. "Then speak, human." "My name is Zyra, daughter of the last matron of Ravara. You have one chance to prove your worth. The trial of the sands." Zyra led Jonas into their camp, a city of tents woven from silkworm glass, glowing faintly under the twin moons. Dozens of Ravara watched as he passed, their eyes hungry, their claws itching. In the center stood a stone circle etched with symbols older than the stars. Zyra turned to him. "Every stranger who enters our lands must pass the trial of the sands. Fail, and the dunes will claim you. Succeed, and you may drink." Jonas looked at the stone arena. "What's the trial?" A low rumble shook the ground. From beneath the sand, a creature emerged, 6-legged, armored and roaring, with eyes like burning coal. Zyra's gaze gleamed. "Slay the Dunworm, or be devoured." Jonas sighed. "You aliens never make things easy." The Dunworm lunged. Jonas rolled aside, sand scorching under its breath. He reached for his sidearm, but Zyra's warriors hissed. "No machines," Zyra said. "Only strength." Jonas tossed the blaster aside, muttering, "Fine." He scanned the arena, saw a broken spear buried in the sand. He dove, grabbed it, and faced the beast. It charged again. Jonas sidestepped, thrust the spear, and the weapon splintered against the creature's armor. The Ravara laughed. But Jonas wasn't done. He darted behind the beast, climbed its back, and jammed the broken shaft into the gap between plates near its neck. The creature roared, twisted, tried to throw him off, but he held tight, drove the weapon deeper, until black ichor sprayed across the sand. With a final scream, the dun worm collapsed. Jonas stood, panting, covered in alien blood. Silence. Then Zyra smiled, a rare, sharp thing. You fought with cunning, not fury. The sands accept you. The Rivara bowed their heads. Among the Rivara, Jonas was granted water and food, and for 3 nights, he stayed in the Rivara camp. He watched them train, hunt, and sing songs of stars long gone. They told him their story. Once queens of 1,000 worlds, betrayed by allies, left stranded on Krillin V. Now they survived by the old laws, trial, strength, and sacrifice. Zyra walked with him often, curious about his kind. Humans fear us, she said one evening, as they watched the crimson sunset. They call us ravenous beasts. Jonas chuckled. Humans fear anything stronger than them. But I've met worse than you. She tilted her head. And yet you came. I don't like running, he said simply. Zyra studied him. You speak with courage. Perhaps foolish courage. He smiled. Maybe. But it's the only kind I've got. The storm and the choice. On the 4th day, a storm came, sand and fire, tearing across the dunes. Jonas ran to his ship, trying to seal the hull, when he saw shadows on the horizon, ships descending, marked with the insignia of the Corsair Guild, slavers who hunted rare species. Zyra and her warriors stood ready, weapons drawn. They come for us, she said. They always come. Jonas's heart pounded. He knew the guild. They were ruthless. But he also saw the Rivara's courage, their unyielding pride. He made a choice. Running to his ship, he activated the old cannons and stood beside Zyra. You fight for your clan, he said. Let me fight with you. Zyra's eyes widened. Why? Because everyone fears you, Jonas said. But I see warriors worth saving. The battle raged across the sands. Guild ships strafed the dunes. Warriors clashed in flashes of light and steel. Jonas fired the cannons, downing 2 flyers, then jumped into the fray, side by side with Zyra. Together, they fought as one. Zyra's blades singing, Jonas using cunning traps and grit. When the dust settled, the guild lay broken, their leader slain by Zyra's hand. The Rivara raised their voices in a cry that shook the stars. And Jonas, the human no one expected, stood among them, no longer an outsider. A new legend. In the days that followed, Zyra declared a new law. No longer will we hide from the stars. We will rise again, as we were, queens of the crimson sands. She turned to Jonas. You are no longer prey, human. You are Kahaniyan, the honored one. You may stay or return to your skies. The choice is yours. Jonas looked at the tribe, at the warriors who had once threatened to devour him, now bowing in respect. He looked at Zyra, her golden eyes fierce and alive. Maybe, he said, the stars can wait a little longer. Zyra smiled. Then walk beside us, Kahaniyan. The sands remember courage. And so the story spread, of the ravenous alien females and the one human who did not fear them, of a tribe reborn and a wanderer who found a home among the legends. In the red deserts of Krillin V, under the twin moons, a new empire stirred, built on strength, respect, and the courage of one who dared to face the unknown.